it's Adrian. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm here to bring you my April TBR. I am filming this quite early. It is only the 18th of March, so my thoughts might change on this list, but for now, these are the books that I'm planning for the month of April. It is a very ambitious TBR. But so far, being 18 days into March, I have already read 7 books and I've got 3 that I'm almost finished with or have started already. I'm very excited. If things keep up going this way, then I should be able to get to all these books. Future me interjecting here for a quick minute while I'm editing my videos, I realized that I forgot something very important. For the month of April, the reason why I picked so many books is because I'm challenging myself to read every day in April, not including audiobooks, actual physical reading. I wanted to do a 30-day reading challenge, and April has 30 days, so it worked out quite nicely. I am also planning on doing vlogs for April. I'm going to do it in 3 segments for 10 days each, so you'll be able to keep track of how I'm doing with my reading. But that's why there are so many books. For anybody who's interested in doing a 30-day reading challenge with me this April, let me know in the comments below, and we can kind of cheer each other on. By the way, this is Oliver. Isn't he getting really big? He's cute. First up is a book that I am probably not going to finish in the month of March because I'm only 80 pages in and it's a chunker of a book, and that is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I have never read this book. I have not yet read this book and the last book, The Deathly Hallows, ever. So I'm hoping to be able to read these 2 this year and get them done over with. Next up are 2 audiobooks that I'd like to read this month. First off is All Are Wrong Todays by Alan Mastai. I don't know too much about this one, but it's about a guy who comes from our present day, but present day as was predicted in the 1950s was like flying space cars and what have you, and he ends up in our time as in the actual time. I don't know how, I don't know anything more than that, but that sounds really fantastic. I'm very excited to read this one. I'm going to be doing this one on audio, like I said, so it should be a quick read and I'm ready to read it. And the second audiobook that I'd like to read is The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. I've been into memoirs lately that are read by the person who wrote them, and Carrie Fisher has recently passed away. So I thought it would be really nice to be able to read this one. It kind of goes through her time as she played Princess Leia in Star Wars, and she found some of her diaries from back then. So I think this one should be pretty interesting. Next up, I'd like to read Ice Like Fire by Sarah Ross. This is the second book to the Snow Like Ashes trilogy. I'm hoping to be able to start this one by the end of March, but I don't know, it depends on how long my buddy reads take for me to be able to finish. I'm reading the first book to the series, Snow Like Ashes, right now, and I'd like to just kind of binge read this series and get it over with. I am really enjoying it. It's a little bit tropey for me, but it's got really great politics. Snow Like Ashes follows a girl named Myra, and Myra is part of the Winter Kingdom, and winter is one of the 4 seasons. In this world there are 8 kingdoms, 4 season kingdoms, and 4 rhythm kingdoms. And the Spring Kingdom has captured and conquered the Winter Kingdom 16 years ago, and back then Myra was just a baby, and now she's one of the 8 surviving refugees. All the rest of winter have been captured and put into camps. And these 8 refugees are desperately trying to find the conduit which controls all of the magic for their kingdom so they can take their kingdom back. I'm very excited to read this one as well. Then we've got Gemina by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I am very excited to read this one because Obsidio has come out by the time you're seeing this video, and I really want to read that one, but obviously can't read Obsidio till you read Gemina. Obsidio is the 3rd book in the Lumine Files. This is the 2nd book. I enjoyed the first one. Everybody says the second one is good, but it's got a different cast of characters, so they were hard to relate to at first, but I am excited. For those of you who don't know, these books are told through various mediums. This is like a dossier. There's chat conversations, there's surveillance reports, there's emails, there's everything. I loved Illuminate. I flew through it, and it is a huge book, but it took me a couple days to read, so Gemina, here we come. And the last 3 books are basically, if I have time to read these books, then I will read them. The first one is Stay With Me. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this author's name. But this one follows a woman who is in a marriage, and her husband have decided that they only want to have a monogamous marriage until she can't have any children, and one day her husband and her in-laws show up on her doorstep and introduce her husband's 2nd wife. And so she's dealing with all the pain of this, and they're trying to work through it and how that's going to happen. I thought the premise of this book, even knowing the very little that I do, sounded really interesting. It's a short little book. It's a quick little book, perfect for the month of April, I think, because I have so many books on here, and I'm excited to get this one done. And next we have Wicked Lovely by Marissa Marr. Julie from Pages and Pens talk about this series all the time. I read Cool Prince, and it was about cruel fairies, and this one is about cruel fairies, so I'm excited to read this one. I'm really into fairy books lately. I've been trying to put them off so that I can read other things, but now is the time to finally start this series. Next up is a reread for me, and that's A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I don't usually do rereads because they take so much time, and I have so many other books that I want to keep up with, and I feel like if I do rereads, especially having a booktube channel, I'm not going to get enough books in to actually talk to you guys about. But the next book, A Court of Frost and Starlight, comes out May 1st, and I read this book so fast, I don't remember what happened. I remembered I was a little disappointed by the book, but I just don't really remember everything that happened. So I think I'm going to do this partially reading, partially audio. We'll see what I have time for. If I don't have time, then I just won't do it, which is fine. But I'd like to have at least a glimpse of what I missed, so maybe if I really don't have time, I'll just read the last few chapters. But if I have enough time and enough patience for it, I will try and reread this one. So that's it, 8 books that I'd like to read in the month of April. I've already read 8 books in the month of March, and we're just a little more than halfway through, so I should be able to do it. Some of these books are really big, so we'll see. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what books you're planning on reading in the month of April. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have not yet, I'd love for you to subscribe. And as usual, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.